think there's this attitude in our culture and media that people kind of just fall ass backwards into things, and there's a ton of hard work and bloodshed that goes on that kind of doesn't come to light. And I watched you guys go through a ton of that, and it was cool. I think you rose to the top. You know, I got to be there for, you know, I was watching the last episode with your wife, and I was there at all those moments and events you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I
you were
remember
there when we were the Fierce 5 at 9.
I remember when the fucking song hit K-Rock, and I remember my wife and I and like 75 other people outside of the fucking bus are fucking blowing up Stryker's hotline.
Yeah.
You know? And even my wife was like, oh, that's the night that asshole yelled at me. But we were obnoxious, but at the same time, you have like an interior community, and you know, it's kind of funny, like now that I'm moving into the NFT space, like you realize that kind of community is everything. Your band had a whole community of super loyal, super early, devoted friends, fans, and people who would do anything to get you to that next step, that next level. I feel like I was one of those people.
You absolutely were. I mean, you were one of the ones at the first shows in the pit. Like
before you were there.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm going by my story. So, well, what I'm hearing. So I'm asking you about that. What were those first shows like for you? Like the chain reactions.
Yeah, man. Walnut Creek.
I mean, I ended up playing Chain Reaction with the band later, but I wasn't there when there was only like you and like Joe Totaro and the rest of the crew, Sam Price and the rest of the crew was probably the only people there, right?
No. There's a shitload of us.
No, I mean a shitload of I'm saying more friends.
Yeah.
It was a friends group and some fans.
There was so in the early days, demo tape days, right? Is we would show up to the hardcore shows, and we dress up like pretty hard. We probably look like ISIS terrorists now that I'm thinking about it. It was like bandanas and gloves and ski masks. And we wanted to be like the scariest to come out when the band plays, but there's about maybe 10 to 30 of us depending upon the show, right? And it was one of those like, make sure it looks like the show's huge. So you like push people into people and you try to get the fans excited, and it was that kind of thing. And it was like a really cool early days groundswell kind of thing. And I remember, you know, after a couple of years, we had gone to the Showcase Theater in Corona, and we showed up with gear, and there was like 300 people there, and they're screaming. They know every word. And I remember I was looking at, you know, Dane and James, and it was like, who the fuck are all these people? Where did they come from? How did they hear about this band? And they were jumping off the balcony, and they were losing their minds.
I was at that show. I wasn't on the stage. I played Showcase later, but I was at that show.
We had served in the trenches so long, and then there was a point where Shadows told us, like, you guys aren't allowed to mosh anymore. You're hurting the fans. You guys are way too violent. They're complaining on AOL.
AOL!
Yes, that's right.
Timing it.
That's right.
Timing it
I'll date stamp it. You guys are hurting people and scaring them, and they want to come and enjoy the band. And it's like, you did what you needed to do, and now it's bigger, and now we have a following, but there's no more from you guys. Yeah. And I remember we were so mad, like, oh, fuck him, we should do it anyway. But like, we were like the early days soldiers to kind of come in, and it's like, okay, well, not enough people are screaming, everybody scream. You know, not enough people are dancing, everybody dance. Not enough people are moshing, make everyone here mosh. Not enough people are fighting, let's fight everyone in here. And it was ridiculous. Yeah. And,
I mean, I wonder if, as you're telling this story, I'm like, that's so cool. And it's a testament to the family, I mean, the extended family that we have as friends. I mean, we've always considered each other family, and that group that has been there since the beginning.
Because we're all broken people.
Well, I mean, we all found each other, though, for whatever reason. Maybe it was just proximity, being on the same block, but everyone found each other. And through it, all of our friends, for the most part, have blossomed into their own great careers and stuff, you know. And I think that's, not only is that rare, I just wonder if that ever happens for other bands. Like, is that something that they ever had when they were starting out?
It's so weird because, like, I've been doing artwork for so long, and I don't understand other bands' dynamics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. This is the only band I've ever really
Most of them are a lot easier to work with than you guys, but
that's fair.
But like, I don't know. It's always been like family since Sean, our best friend Sean, was telling us.
Sean.
It's like you can't be mad.
Anger management.
Yes, Sean from Anger Management was telling me, it's like, oh hey, you've been friends with that guy for 7 years. So once you cross 7, you're family now. You can't like cut him out of your life. It's like, no, fuck him. I want him gone. And he's like, oh no, dude, I've been friends with him like 9 years now. Like that's it.
Yeah.
You're family. You just have to deal with it. And I was like, oh. And I had to roll it around for a while. And at some point, it's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I get it. But then when you're going on 20, it's like, okay, you're actually our family. Like at a certain point.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird
Dude,
because
you live in
like
the
all
next fucking neighborhood. Like you say, you grew up with down the street from Matt and Jimmy. Now here we are. You're literally in the next neighborhood over from right here. I mean, did you walked over or what?
something like that.